Hi guys, I'm Sam. I am 37, I live in Scotland and I am married with two gorgeous children, but I do suffer with mental health issues. I have anxiety and depression, and I have also experienced suicide, as well as a loss through cancer. Yeah, so I have been anxious probably all my life. I started suffering depression and panic attacks after my granddad died, just when I was in my 20s, just before I was 21. And I have been kind of on and off medicated since then. My gran died kind of 18 months later after my granddad, and I was absolutely devastated with both of them. And after that, it was a huge part of my life until I was kind of diagnosed as hyper aware. So I know everything that's going on around me, who's around me, where my exits are, and it really made sense for me. But it took a long time. That was the third round of going through NHS, psychologists to tell me why I am the way that I am, because of circumstance, situations I was put in as a child. I'm hyper aware of everything, and I think I always will be. I don't think I can ever retrain my brain now. So I have done everything I can to make myself healthy, to keep healthy. Like I say, I am married. I got married in 2010, and then 6 months after I got married, I had my worst breakdown, a complete mental breakdown. I nearly ended up hospitalised. I was in E, and it's not something I'm proud of. I put my family through hell, including my new husband. But I have tried since then to keep myself healthy and to do what I need to do to keep myself healthy mentally. Whatever I've had to do, whether it's been taking medication or to go to psychologists or whatever my doctor tells me to do, I will do it. And I've been doing really well. I had postnatal depression after having a little boy in 2014, but then was also diagnosed with an underactive thyroid, which I know can mirror those symptoms. I was medicated when I got pregnant with a little girl in 2016. I had to come off that cold turkey, which was horrific. But that's what was best at the time, and I was medicated after that. And then in 2016, my stepdad, committed suicide on Christmas Day, and I found him, and that just blew my world apart. So I have been through all the spectrums of mental health. I think I've had family and an uncle who was schizophrenic as well, and it's just the whole spectrum of it I've kind of lived through, I think. But my stepdad committing suicide was the worst, really. My whole world imploded. My whole world as I knew it died that day along with him. And what followed was just stuff of nightmares and horror films, really. Having to tell my siblings and his family, friends, that he was dead. My friends, it was awful. It really was horrific. And the way he died was a bit horrific. there was other things leading up to the night he died, and there was CID involvement and suspicion, and it was awful. It genuinely was. I just don't know if people who take their own lives realise how much it affects everything, everything, every day, everything, and everyone you've touched. I mean, my little boy wasn't quite 2. No, he was 2, sorry. My little girl was only a few months old, and he adored his papa, and having to tell him, and still now tell him why I can't see his papa, it's just the worst. It's the worst. Yeah, so that's me. That's my life. I posted on Facebook to my friends and family about how much I was struggling with it all, and how, you know, my stepdad's death had only really hit me in the last few weeks, months. My husband and I have really struggled as a couple. You know, our kids are really close together, and you know, because of my stepdad's death and other things, it's just been really hard. And I'm kind of hanging on to everything by my fingernail. Work, kids, husband, me. Yeah. But after I posted on Facebook about my anxiety and depression, and how I struggled with my stepdad's death, his name was Stuart, I've had so many comments, so many, you know, private messages and stuff. I just thought, well, you know, that it must be still such a stigma, mental health, suicide, and it's just crazy. You know, in this day and age, it's absolutely crazy. And I didn't know if me talking about it might make a difference to some other people, or their families going through it, people going through it, or even somebody who is so down or angry, or whatever the reason, that they're contemplating taking their own life. And I would say to them, you know, if that is you, just talk to somebody, anybody, just once, please, because you have no idea how your loss will affect everybody around you. We didn't have a note or an explanation, and we never will. And for the person that finds you, that's the lasting image they have of you, not the fun stuff. You know, not the love, or it's not the positive. Do you know, when anybody mentions my stepdad, the first thing I see is his dead body, and I relive the whole process of finding him and everything we went through from Christmas Day onwards. So if this even stops one person from putting their family through that, I think it's worth it. You know, it's my world imploded that day. Everything I've ever known disappeared that day, and I'm just having to do the best I can with what I've got day to day, moving forward, which I'm trying to do. It's really hard. Really hard. So, you know, I've just had to try my best, because I've got 2 kids and they are my world. but they're also part of the world that this has happened in. So anyway, yeah, this is me, and I'm hoping that there might be a bit of a response to this, and I can repost some other things about what I've gone through or what I am going through. Because I think I've kind of gone through the spectrum of it all, with cognitive behaviour therapy and counselling and all the rest of it. So yeah, if you like my little post, you can get in touch. Thanks for listening. Bye.